Hi, Shalom everyone. I'm going to continue a fantastic series of the Daf Yomi when Masechet Horayot, page number 3 by a beautiful park over here in Telz and Kiryat Yarim. Now, it actually starts off the page of the Gemara. May all of wickedness in its entirety vanish like smoke. This is a phrase we are basing on today. Our Lord and God of our fathers reign over all the world in its entirety in your glory. These prayers, obviously from Rosh Hashanah services, seem to contain an element of redundancy. The explanation for the double terminology has its roots in our page inside the Gemara, friends, over here. Two passages are cited in our Gemara which use the term entire. One of them is in regard to the central topic of the section of Talmud, which is atonement sacrifice, which must be brought when the Sanhedrin mistakenly misleads a majority of the nation who are committing sin. Now, the opening words in the Torah chapter dealing with this issue, it states over here, and if the entire congregation shall mistake, shall err. The other passages mention the entire nation, what we see in Malachi, the book of Malachi in chapter number 3, and serves as a basis for the rule that the sages do not issue a decree unless they are certain that a majority of the nation is capable of abiding to it. Now, the conclusion of the Gemara is that in regards to both cases, we consider the majority as an equivalent to the entirety. For obviously a communal atonement we're talking about to apply, it is not necessary for the entire court to mistake, since majority is sufficient. Neither is it necessary to consider the ability of the entire nation to abide by decree, only a majority of it. Now, the great commentator of the name, the Maharsha, is going to weigh in over here and points out that the latter case, the use of the term entire nation, when indeed only a majority is required, was intended to teach us that the rule of the majority being equivalent to entirety, which is adapted to many halachic areas. The lesson was unnecessary, however, in regards to ruling of the court, where the rule of the majority is explicitly stated by the Torah in Shemot, we see in chapter 23, I think, Parshat Mishpatim. An alternative explanation, therefore, has to be found for the use of the term entire congregation over here. What do we derive from that? In regards to the erroneous judgment of the Sanhedrin, the thesis proposed by Rabbi Yonatan that a unanimous erroneous judgment was required to make the atonement necessary was rejected, and conclusion was that the entire Sanhedrin must be involved in ruling, but only a majority misjudging is needed for applying the law of atonement. Now, it's actually interesting, they grapple on more, and they say that we can see the universal is the law of a majority being equivalent to the entirety, as we can have an appropriate explanation given by the Turiel Zahab in the Shulchan Aruch for our Rosh Hashanah prayers over here, which is very interesting. And it goes on. I'm just using excellent notes from the Or Samech, Yeshiva Or Samech website over here. Wishing you all a fantastic day. Take care.